So, Caitlin, what we're going to do just for a second, sort of in a very casual manner here, obviously. I know we've known each other for about 3 months, and we met at Edmonds Community College when we, in your ethnic anthropology class with Christina Fuchs. And so tell me a little bit, what was it like when you first came into the museum? What was your experience when you entered?
It was a really good experience. I will admit, before I actually stepped into the museum, it was the drive down here that was unfortunately very difficult. It was the first drive down, so like my phone wasn't working, and I got lost, and I ended up going through the wrong door. I actually went.
It was an hour's drive. You had a long way to get here, right?
Yeah, and I went through the wrong door, and it was locked. I was like, did I drive down here for nothing? But then like I finally went through the door, and I was like, oh my god, it's not closed. But once I actually stepped in, it was really cool. Like actually seeing everything and all the like books and the artifacts that you have. This is cool. Like I could just it's a very comfortable place here, and it's just really nice. So I just felt very comfortable, and I really liked just kind of going in, talking with you. It felt very comfortable. It was a very new atmosphere because I guess I'm not used to such a calm atmosphere. And that's definitely something very new to me. So it was definitely really cool. Kind of hearing your stories, hearing about the religion and like about the unity. That was definitely something that was really interesting. Is the unity between everything, pretty much. Like whether that be religion, science, people, it didn't matter. Like it was all about unity, and I thought that was so cool. Like how that actually works and how that's actually a possible thing, and I've seen that's a possible thing, and I thought that was really fascinating. Just kind of learning different perspectives and kind of interviewing the people. Everybody's so nice. Like everybody just gives each other hugs. This is so cool.
Yeah, you had quite a few. You had Mr. Fun, right?
I did. He was very interesting. He was really cool.
Yeah, you had a variety of interviews. That's very true. Did you learn anything in the history in the museum that you found a little bit interesting?
I would definitely say the historical parallels, kind of just how much the Bahai faith, the influence behind it, kind of throughout history. Like you talk about Martin Luther King and kind of the influence behind that, and just all these historical events, whether that be the history of Washington or just the history of the U.S. and how the Bahai faith had an influence on it, but it's something that I only discovered now, and how it's how it has such a big influence, but it's not mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay because it still represents what it means, and I just find it so fascinating how much of an influence it plays in everything, but it's not as well known. So I thought that was really cool.
That was very cool. Well, happy. Now, tell me a little bit. I know that you've been using Heart to Heart as one of your tool to sort of read some of the writings of the Baha'i faith.
Yes.
Was that helpful to you?
It is. It's definitely very helpful. I have been using it a little bit. Once I really start to get my paper going, finals are crazy because there are a lot of things that I have to be taking care of. But yeah, it's definitely a good reference point because it's very organized. It's just very right there, and it's definitely good to have at hand, especially to use as a reference for my paper and kind of help, I guess, outline it in a way. So.
And I know your topics, the topics that you chose in your ethnic anthropology class were which one did?
I chose enculturation because that would be the technical term, because I wanted to say, the youth, but that's not a cultural pattern, but enculturation would be the one that's fitting under the youth, because as they're growing up, they're being encultured. So that's why I chose enculturation. Art, for sure. Art would definitely be one of the concepts. I think I chose education. Art and education, I think I put those two together, and then...
Did you choose family? I forget.
I don't think I chose...
No, not gender either, right?
I did choose gender, actually.
Oh, okay.
Gender equality. That was the other one.
Yeah.
So art and education, gender equality, and enculturation. Because gender equality, that's definitely a big part of my life for sure, and it's a very interesting aspect of the Baha'i faith because it's such a big thing to have gender equality. I found that fairy tale of female heroines like that is so cool because I love any story that has a strong female character. Because like I grew up with Xena and Buffy, like I grew up in the 90s, so
Yeah.
I definitely grown up with the mentality of strong women and strong empowered women. So I was really interested in that aspect of the religion, and then art and education, kind of with the junior youth and the junior youth enculturation. So that's kind of how everything comes together. So. And I like the fact that I got to use applied anthropology, which I don't know if anybody else has used, but I like the fact that I went one step further with applied anthropology and taught dancing with my knowledge in the background of the culture. So.
And then on Wednesday, we're going to come back into your classroom with the whole class. And the University of Washington, Bahai Peace, University of Maryland, the Baha'i Peace Chair, Dr. Hoda Mahmoubi, will actually virtually be meeting in your classroom. So we're something to look forward to, and so we kind of have a variety of activities for the students, don't we? So between last night, the big celebration that you had and helped with us setting up everything, and really appreciated that. So, well, I like to think that this semester was a good experience for you.
It was for this class. It was definitely good for sure, and it's been a crazy one, but it was good. I've learned a lot.
So what did you think about the Baha'i faith? The little time that you spent with us?
It was definitely eye-opening for sure. It was definitely a good experience. I'm glad I chose it because it's something. Because I chose it because it was so different, and I've never heard of a religion that was like a unity or a neutral sort of thing. Like I think that's what caught me, was like it was neutral, and I thought that was really fascinating. Kind of the stories you shared with us, and so I'm really glad I chose it. Like I understand some people were like, I don't want to drive to Bellevue, but I'm like, I'll drive to Bellevue all the time. Like I drive to Seattle all the time, so I'm like, it's the same distance as Seattle. I can do it. It's for school. I always use that excuse. Well, I'm like, it's for school, and it was totally worth it. And once I actually started coming here, I was like, okay, like this is actually good. Like this is a lot of fun. I'm learning a lot, and this is for my education. So I think it's a great way to spend my education, and it's fantastic. So I'm happy.
Thank you, honestly, Kate. It was just such a joy, honest, meeting you and watch you dance today. That was just so great. So we very much appreciate you, and I know you're in the middle of finals now and writing your paper.
Yeah.
That's the tough part, but we look forward to maybe you can share your paper with us. And then we'll just love meeting you, and I want to thank you on behalf of the Baha'is on the east side here, and we wish you really well.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.